You're walking down the street with your partner and someone disrespects her in the worst way possible. What do? Freeze? Walk away? Or stand your ground? Here's the truth. Life doesn't care if you're ready or not. But as a man, you don't have the luxury of being unprepared. In this video, we're breaking down the 6 essential skills every man must master, not just to survive, but to thrive in a world that's constantly testing you. Whether it's protecting the people you love, handling pressure, or building a legacy, these skills are your blueprint to becoming the man you were meant to be. Let's get started. 1. Knowing how to fight. Let's start with a skill as old as humanity itself, knowing how to fight. This isn't about seeking conflict or glorifying violence. It's about understanding that the ability to defend yourself and those you care about is a fundamental aspect of masculinity. Whether you're a businessman, a doctor, or an artist, life can be unpredictable, and there may come a time when you need to stand your ground. Avoiding unnecessary fights is a sign of wisdom, but there are moments when walking away isn't an option. Imagine this. You're walking with your partner and someone disrespects her in the worst way possible. What do? You can't just stand there waiting for the police. Ignoring the situation would mean losing not only her respect but also your own self-respect. No one should harm the people you love without facing consequences. As Bruce Lee once said, the martial arts are ultimately about self-knowledge. A punch or a kick is not to knock out the guy in front of you, it's to knock out your ego, your fear, and your limitations. Learning to fight isn't about becoming a brute, it's about developing the confidence to protect what matters most. Here's the key. Never start a fight if you can avoid it, but always be prepared to finish one. Learn the basics, how to throw a punch, defend yourself, and stay calm under pressure. Many men assume they can handle themselves without training, but fighting is a skill that requires practice. Without it, you risk hurting yourself more than your opponent. Consider martial arts like boxing or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. These disciplines teach you not just how to fight, but also discipline, focus, and self-confidence. They also change the way you carry yourself. As Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, wrote, "You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain." For some, that path includes learning to defend themselves and their loved ones. But remember, true strength lies in restraint. If you must fight, make it quick, decisive, and purposeful. Your goal isn't to prove a point, it's to protect. Once the threat is neutralized, walk away. In a world that often confuses strength with aggression, knowing how to fight is about balance. It's about being strong enough to stand up for yourself, but wise enough to avoid unnecessary conflict. Real masculinity isn't about dominating others. It's about protecting, providing, and leading with integrity. So, if you haven't already, consider taking up a martial art or self-defense class. As Bruce Lee said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And in a world that's constantly testing your limits, that wisdom is more valuable than ever. 2. The ability to diffuse conflict. This skill is the natural counterpart to knowing how to fight. No matter how strong or skilled you are, your first priority should always be to de-escalate a situation. The ability to calm tempers, mediate disputes, and resolve conflicts peacefully is a hallmark of true leadership. It's not about avoiding confrontation, it's about handling it with wisdom and composure. Think of it like this. The alpha male in a guerrilla troop doesn't rule through brute force alone. He commands respect because he knows when to assert dominance and when to restore peace. Similarly, a man who can diffuse conflict is someone others look up to. But here's the catch. This skill is most effective when it's backed by the ability to defend yourself. People are more likely to listen to someone who is both calm and capable. As Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. This principle applies to everyday life. Whether it's a heated argument or a potential physical confrontation, your goal should always be to resolve the issue without violence. But if push comes to shove, you'll be ready. The ability to diffuse conflict starts with emotional intelligence. It's about reading the room, understanding the emotions of others, and responding in a way that diffuses tension rather than escalating it. For example, if someone is yelling, lowering your voice and speaking calmly can often de-escalate the situation. It's a subtle but powerful way to take control without resorting to aggression. Another key aspect is listening. Many conflicts arise because people feel unheard. By actively listening to the other person's perspective, you show respect and create an opportunity for resolution. As Stephen Covey, author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said, "Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply." Break that pattern and you'll find that many conflicts can be resolved before they spiral out of control. But let's be clear, diffusing conflict doesn't mean being passive. It means being assertive without being aggressive. It's about setting boundaries and standing your ground while keeping the situation from escalating. For example, if someone is being verbally abusive, a firm but calm response like, "I won't tolerate being spoken to like that," can often stop the behavior in its tracks. Here's the truth. The ability to diffuse conflict is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're in control of your emotions and capable of handling difficult situations with grace. And when combined with the ability to defend yourself, it makes you a force to be reckoned with. So, the next time you find yourself in a tense situation, remember, your goal isn't to win the argument, it's to resolve it. Whether it's through calm communication, active listening, or setting firm boundaries, the ability to diffuse conflict is a skill that will serve you well in every area of life. 3. Cultivating a strong presence. Have you ever noticed how some men command respect the moment they walk into a room? It's not about their size, their voice, or even their accomplishments. It's about their presence. This isn't some mystical trait reserved for a lucky few. It's a skill that can be learned, practiced, and mastered. A strong presence is built on small but powerful habits. A firm handshake, steady eye contact, and confident body language. When you walk into a room, stand tall. When you speak, do so with conviction. And when you make eye contact with another man, acknowledge him with a nod. These actions signal confidence, respect, and self-assurance. They tell the world, "I know who I am and I'm comfortable in my own skin." But here's the thing, you can't fake presence. People can spot a phony from a mile away. The guy who squeezes hands too hard, stares people down to intimidate them, or tries too hard to be the alpha in the room. He's not commanding respect, he's begging for it. True presence comes from within. It's the result of self-discipline, self-respect, and a deep understanding of your own worth. As Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Cultivating a strong presence is about building habits that reflect your inner confidence. It's about consistency, showing up as the best version of yourself, day in and day out. One of the most powerful ways to develop this skill is to surround yourself with men who embody these qualities. Observe how they carry themselves. How do they speak? How do they interact with others? How do they handle pressure or conflict? Whether it's your father, a mentor, or a fellow fighter, Learn from their example and emulate their best traits. But remember, presence isn't about imitation. It's about authenticity. You can't borrow someone else's confidence. You have to build your own. Start by focusing on the basics. Stand tall. Good posture isn't just about looking confident. It's about feeling confident. Studies show that standing tall can actually boost your testosterone levels and reduce stress. Make eye contact. When you look someone in the eye, you show that you're present, engaged, and unafraid. It's a simple but powerful way to establish connection and respect. Speak with purpose. Whether you're giving a presentation or having a casual conversation, speak clearly and with intention. Avoid filler words like or ah, and don't be afraid to pause for effect. Here's the deeper truth. A strong presence isn't just about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. It's about knowing your values, owning your strengths, and being unapologetically yourself. As the philosopher Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. So start small. Practice these habits every day, and over time they'll become second nature. Cultivating a strong presence isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. And when you do, you'll find that respect, influence, and opportunities naturally follow. 4. Deep critical thinking. In a world full of noise, distractions, and endless information, the ability to think deeply is a rare and invaluable skill. Critical thinking isn't just about being smart. It's about curiosity, open-mindedness, and the courage to challenge your own beliefs. It's the difference between reacting to life and responding to it with intention. The first step to critical thinking is simple but powerful. Consider more than one perspective. As the saying goes, don't believe everything you're told, but also don't believe everything you think. We all fall victim to confirmation bias, the tendency to seek out information that supports what we already believe. But true growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone and embrace new ideas. For example, let's say you've always believed that success is defined by a high-paying job and a fancy title. But what if you met someone who left their corporate career to start a small business and found deeper fulfillment? Would you dismiss their story, or would you question your assumptions and consider that there might be more than one path to success? Take the time to question everything. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean it's the best way. Be open to change and don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong. As Socrates famously said, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. This humility is the foundation of critical thinking. Here's how you can practice it. Ask why more often. Don't take things at face value. Dig deeper. Seek out opposing viewpoints. Read books, listen to podcasts, or have conversations with people who challenge your beliefs. Reflect on your decisions. What worked? What didn't? What can you learn for next time? Critical thinking isn't just an intellectual exercise, it's a life skill. It helps you make better decisions, solve problems more effectively, and navigate the complexities of modern life with clarity and confidence. 5. Being good with your money. One of the biggest failures of modern education is the lack of financial literacy. Most men go through life without understanding how to manage money, make smart investments, or build wealth. We're taught to work for a paycheck, but not how to make our money work for us. This is where shifting your financial mindset comes in. Start by educating yourself. Books like Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki challenge conventional ideas about money and wealth. Kiyosaki's central message is simple but profound. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. Here's how you can take control of your financial future. Learn the basics of budgeting. Track your income and expenses, and create a plan that allows you to save and invest. Build an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved can give you peace of mind. Invest early and consistently. Whether it's stocks, real estate, or a side business, the sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. As Warren Buffett wisely said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." This simple shift in mindset, prioritizing saving over spending, can transform your financial life. But financial freedom isn't just about wealth. It's about having the resources to live life on your own terms. It's about being able to provide for your family, pursue your passions, and create a legacy. Here's the truth: money is a tool. It's not the end goal, but it's a means to achieve your goals. The sooner you take control of your finances, the sooner you can focus on what truly matters. 6. Learning to manage stress. Life is full of challenges, and how you handle stress will determine your success. The man who panics under pressure will never outperform the man who stays calm, focused, and rational. Stress is inevitable, but it doesn't have to control you. One of the biggest causes of stress is procrastination. When you put things off, you create unnecessary pressure for yourself. The solution? Take control of your time. Write down your tasks, prioritize them, and tackle them one by one. As the Roman philosopher Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Here's the truth: men are judged by their ability to perform under pressure. It's not fair, but it's the reality. Instead of complaining, embrace the challenge. Develop habits that help you stay calm and focused. Here are a few strategies to consider. Practice mindfulness or meditation. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can help you clear your mind and regain focus. Exercise regularly. Physical activity reduces stress hormones and releases endorphins, which improve your mood and energy levels. Break tasks into smaller steps. Overwhelm often comes from looking at the big picture. Focus on one step at a time. Take deep breaths. When stress hits, pause and take a few deep breaths. It's a simple but effective way to reset your nervous system. Remember, stress isn't the enemy, it's how you respond to it that matters. By developing healthy habits and a proactive mindset, you can turn pressure into productivity and challenges into opportunities. Final thoughts. Becoming a strong, capable man isn't about conforming to outdated stereotypes or trying to fit into someone else's mold. It's about embracing responsibility, developing resilience, and leading with integrity. These 6 skills, knowing how to fight, diffusing conflict, cultivating presence, thinking critically, managing money, and handling stress, are more than just tools. They're the foundation of a life well lived. Think of it this way: life is a forge, and every challenge you face is the fire that shapes you. As Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." Every setback, every moment of pressure, every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become the best version of yourself. But here's the thing: growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you take control of your life and commit to mastering these skills. It happens when you step into the arena, face your fears, and refuse to back down. It happens when you realize that true strength isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. So where do you start? Take one step at a time. You don't have to master all 6 skills overnight. Focus on one, build momentum, and move on to the next. Surround yourself with the right people. Find mentors, friends, and role models who inspire you to be better. Never stop learning. Whether it's through books, experiences, or failures, every lesson brings you closer to the man you're meant to be. And remember, this journey isn't just about you. It's about the people who depend on you, the legacy you want to leave, and the impact you want to have on the world. When you become stronger, you lift others up with you. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because the truth is, we're all in this together. The world needs more strong, capable men. Men who lead with courage, act with integrity, and rise to the occasion no matter what.